This church is located on Virgen del Rocío Square, and it stands out for its wideness and its beauty. It's a church with a basilical floor plan, with a central nave and 2 aisles. It had to be remodeled after the Lisbon earthquake in 1755. It has 3 doors, and after his remodelation and the 18th century, his style became Baroque and it was flanked by 2 bell towers.
We can find many interesting things in this church. The original building was built in the 15th and 16th centuries. A modular chapel with a baptismal font from 1500 and a tombstone of a small girl from 495 is still preserved. In this chapel we can see the image of the Virgen de la Candelaria too.
In the Tabernacle Chapel, it's worth mentioning the tiles of the skirting board. The patronymic saints of the benefactor of this chapel, the Cepeda family, are represented in the 4 pentactyphs of this dome of the Sagraria Chapel. In the dome, we can find the Eucharistic saints, a magnificent forking gate thanks to the efforts of Doña Catalina Espinosa, and the profusely decorated facade, close and finished, of this beautiful sacramental chapel. That's the most interesting that is in Huelva.
After the Civil War in 1936 to 1940, some murals were painted by the famous artist Rafael Blas Rodriguez. This artist also decorated the crossing, the dome, and the main church. The paintings represent diverse scenes on Jesus and the Virgin's life, as well as some other Eucharistic symbols.
In the Chapel of the Animas, we can find the sculpture of Virgen de la Soledad, the only one preserved from the 17th century. All the other images in this church belong to the post-Civil War period. In this chapel, we can also see some other images, like the Holy Burial of Christ, St. Peter, the patron saint of Almonte, along with the Virgen del Rocío, and Our Lady of Piety and the Virgen del Carmen.
Regarding painting, we show also highlight 2 oil paintings on canvas. In one of them, we can see La Virgen del Rocío, our patron, and in the other, La Santísima Trinidad. There is also a copy of Murillo's painting, La Inmaculada, above the main entrance. On the west transept, we can see the images of Our Lady of Sorrows and Jesus on the cross. On the east transept, we can see the images of Saint Joseph and Saint Anthony. On the altar, we can see the Virgin of Assumption, the titular image of the church.
Every 7 years, this temple accommodates Nuestra Señora del Rocío, patron saint of Almonte. The Virgin stays here almost 9 months, until she is taken back to her original hermitage for the popular pilgrimage.
The image of Virgen del Rocío wears a tribal suit inspired by those the ladies of the Austrian court, 16th and 17th centuries, used to wear on their trips, with a flower hat to protect their face from the sun. This attire is used by the Virgin every 7 years in the transfers between El Rocío and Almonte. The sculpture is cast in iron and it is finished in a bronze and zinc alloy over the wooden carving made by Don José Luis Martín Luengo.
And now we are going to visit the ephemeral Gothic cathedral built for the transfer of the Virgen del Rocío to Almonte in 2019. It is a structure that for decades has built the town hall in the central square of the town. A great architectural work that substantially changes the image of the space that extends in front of the parish church and next to the town hall building. At its highest point, it reaches a height of 20 meters and has a width of 60 meters. It is ephemeral because it was built in 2019 and was to be taken apart 2020 when the Virgins returned to El Rocío for the religious pilgrimage. But because of COVID pandemic, it is still in the square, although it is due to be removed shortly. And finally, the Spanish Constitution Monument, a marble and bronze sculpture dedicated to a Spanish Constitution of 1978, with a textual reference to the 1st of 1812.